When it comes to hunting, lions have indisputably some of the most refined skills. They are known to kill their prey by first stalking them, and then once they are close enough, they pounce on the prey and proceed to sink their sharp claws and teeth into the prey's throat. Once the prey suffocates, it's a wrap. But sometimes, things do not always go as planned, as the lion can end up hunting the wrong prey and almost end up in an antelope horn kebab. Now, weighing as heavy as 400 pounds, the lion's weight is usually enough to topple most of its prey. But a little miscalculation can leave the lion hungry, as was in this case of the lioness. She seemed to have spotted the sable from miles away and was well on her way to satisfying her hunger. But once the lioness was close enough to pounce on her prey, the sable antelope moved, causing her to miss landing the killing bite. This antelope wasn't going down without a fight. Using its sharp concave-shaped horns, the antelope proceeded to swing side to side, a move that successfully shook off the lioness off its back. If well placed, these two ringed horns can deliver deep cuts capable of piercing vital organs in the body. If the vital organs are missed, the wounds left behind can become infectious, and the lioness will eventually succumb. The lioness seems aware of the impending danger and quickly seeks safety in the water. Once she is out, she can be seen rethinking its choice of prey. But this is not the only lioness that underestimated the power of its prey's horns. Now, at first, you might think that this lioness had just landed an easy kill, but the reality is quite the opposite. The lion had successfully subdued the buffalo, or so it thought. While busy suffocating its meal-to-be, the lion let down its guard and failed to notice another buffalo approaching. The buffalo came charging at him, and before the lion could react, it was high in the air. Using its huge horns, the buffalo tossed the lion almost 3 meters into the air. The lion landed with a thud, and the buffalo charged and tossed him again. Now, in the lion pride setup, the duty of the lioness is to hunt prey, while the lion is tasked with protecting the pride and its territory. However, when the hunger is too much for the lion to handle, he can choose to hunt for himself. Close observations made in the jungle have made estimates that a lion can lift as much as 1,000 pounds. Now, on the other hand, the African buffalo can weigh as much as 1,980 pounds, so technically lions are no match for the mighty buffalo. Buffaloes are aggressive and temperamental big bulls that charge at their predators. This lion's hunt was cut short by a herd of buffaloes that trampled and charged at him. The poor lion tried hiding behind a tree, but its trunk was too thin to provide enough cover, and it's probably wishing that it waited for the lioness. Now, this one, on the other hand, was clever enough to seek safety up a tree. Lions use their sharp claws to hold themselves into position as they scale trees. This comes in handy, especially when hunting monkeys, or when the hunt goes totally wrong and they need to escape. But it's not every day that lions get to hunt the juicy meat of buffaloes. At times, food becomes scarce, and they have to prey on any moving organism that comes their way. This pride of lions on the hunt crossed paths with a honey badger. They immediately began attacking it, probably judging it by its size. However, they were mistaken. Honey badgers have the custom of attacking any animal regardless of its size, a reputation that earned them the title of the world's most fearless creature on the Guinness Book of World Records. And so these lions were nothing close to scary for him. The honey badger hisses and rattles as the pride circles him. One of the lionesses tries to bite him, but the honey badger struggles and fights back from biting the lioness's nose. Perplexed by the badger, the lioness lets go. Suddenly, another honey badger, probably startled by the noise, joins the ordeal, and together they drive the pride away. Now imagine, every time you go to bite your meatball, it bites you back in the face. How would that make you feel? If it could talk, this lion would have the perfect answer for us. While resting under the scorching sun of the savannah, the lion's attention is drawn to a honey badger that is busy furrowing the ground for roots. Oblivious to the pending danger, the honey badger continues grooving in search of a succulent meal. Luckily, it raises its head just in time before the lion could strike. Hissing and rattling, the honey badger keeps the lion at bay. The lion is helpless and relentlessly tries following the honey badger, which is having none of it. The lion appears as a security escort to the badger, but in the end it gives up as the honey badger bolts away. Now, seeing this, one is left to wonder who truly is the king of the jungle. And speaking of things, the king of the Nile is known for his silent stealth and ambush when hunting. As with nature, the jungle plays by no rules, and from time to time the hunter becomes the hunted. Driven by hunger, these two lion brothers were trying to cross the river in search of greener pastures. Unbeknownst to them, a crocodile basking on the riverbanks was watching them patiently, waiting for its meal. It slowly slid into the water and stealthily started gaining ground on the crossing brothers. Its movement in the water was so slow that the lions never saw it coming. Without warning, the 6-foot crocodile struck, grabbing one of the lions by the head and driving him beneath. Now, crocodiles have the highest bite force, and the snap of a crocodile's mouth is enough to crush the lion's skull. On land, the lions rule, but in these murky waters, the lions were in the dragon's world. The lion's brother joined the ordeal, trying to save his sibling. A tussle ensues as the crocodile tries to bite and twist, a technique that they use to tear flesh from the bones off their victims. On biting its prey, the Nile dragons pull it into the water and dive with it beneath in a bid to suffocate it. Luckily for this lion, his brother saves him before the crocodile drags him into the depths of the river. His brother then swims to the shore and he watches him swim out of the opposite riverbank. Escaping the jaws of death with just a few scratches and a lesson learned, the brothers will surely have a tale to tell their pride. Hunting as a pride is advantageous to lions because there is strength in numbers. Unfortunately for this lion, it must have skipped the lessons or just didn't get the memo. While hunting, this lone lion ventured and found himself in the midst of a clan of hyenas. The rivalry between hyenas and lions is one of the most brutal and fiercest in the animal kingdom. They are two mortal enemies that have been clashing since time immemorial. Cunning, devious, and ruthless savages, hyenas are among the few predators that are bold enough to challenge the king of the jungle. Being smaller in size, they don't merely rely on strength and size, but rather on their brains to take on the lions. They are so bold that even when alone, one hyena can provoke a pride. But this is because hyenas eat their prey while it's still alive, beginning with the loins and anal region. Yes, they are that torturous. One of the hyenas, they scamper as the beaten lion embraces his savior.